This is American Dumpster Fire.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is American Dumpster Fire, and I'm Loki.
And I'm Tier.
And so the lockdown continues. The economy, yes, it's suffering.
Mm-hmm.
But the world is infinitely more strange than I guess I ever expected, right? So, I mean, who knows what to believe on Kim Jong-un, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hearing, first I heard he was brain dead, now I'm hearing he's okay, you know.
I heard that he reappeared, so I think we're past the point of assuming death.
Yeah, but who said he reappeared? Did North Korea say he
know.
reappeared? Because you can't really believe anything they say.
I don't know, but supposedly he's alive, and considering that we've literally had a pandemic kill a shit ton of people, and not one of the evil bastards running all of these countries went down.
Oh, I know.
I'm inclined to believe that he's perfectly fucking fine.
Yeah. There's no justice.
There's not. Like, at least a little glimmer of good could have come out of this, and just nope, not an ounce.
So, but we're easing these restrictions, right? We're starting to open up pieces of the economy, and
Before we have decent testing being done, yes, we are.
yeah. Well, and I know they're saying that there is, but it's just not true.
It's not true. Maybe in some places, I heard LA is actually opening up testing to anybody, and not just people who have been approved to be tested, but like that's literally one city.
But
And most of everybody else is still reporting that they have symptoms and can't be tested.
But I mean, we're starting to ease and end the lockdown as things are continuing to get worse. They're not getting better. They're continuing to get worse. Now, I mean, we've definitely slowed this enough to where it's nowhere near as bad as the early projections were. But that doesn't mean we beat it.
Thanks to the governors, yes.
Yeah, thanks to the governors. Not thanks to the president at all.
No.
He's a moron.
He is indeed.
And
then I heard that also Iowa did not have the same shutdown. They didn't shut down their state the way that other states did, and now they're like one of the worst, per capita or whatever.
Right. So be sure that if you have a governor who puts your lives at risk, that you vote them the hell out. So,
For sure.
And as our president put us all at risk, he needs to be voted the hell out. So because we obviously can't get rid of the idiot any other way.
The things that have come from that man during this pandemic are out and out appalling.
What, you haven't tried shoving a UV light up your ass and injecting Lysol into your veins? I mean,
I have not.
I'm not saying it works,
because I
but
have an ounce of common sense in my head,
right.
which clearly is not the norm. The fact that people are still voting for this man, the fact that people can listen to him and not be like, wow, there is something wrong with you.
I truly wonder how many of these people actually listen to anything he says, though. You can't. I don't think you can listen to him and not think this guy's a fucking idiot.
He brags about his ratings on how many people are watching his briefings, though. And I'm like, and I know that a good chunk of those people are, it's because it's a train wreck and you just can't look away.
Yeah.
I cannot listen to the man speak without getting a headache.
He's dangerously stupid.
I don't know if it's that he's really that dumb or if he's literally not with reality anymore.
Oh, no, yeah, I don't think so. No, I think there's a little bit of dementia going on there.
But
I think he's a drug addict.
Yeah, half of his sentences don't make sense. 90% of what he says doesn't say anything.
Right.
And what does is usually completely incompetent or completely stupid.
This is reminiscent of Sarah Palin. I don't know if you ever listened to Sarah Palin talk. Where it was word salad all the time. And I'm like, people listened to her and thought she was smart. And I'm like, what?
What? Really?
Yeah.
There was a couple times where I saw quotes from Sarah Palin, and I just love it because I was like, she did not say that. And I look it up, and sure as fuck, she said that.
Yeah, there's video of it. Yeah, no, I had a guy tell me that that's bullshit. She never said that. And then you just look it up on YouTube. We're recording everything now. You can't lie about this stuff anymore.
But they do, and people still believe their lies.
And then you present a YouTube video or something like that, and they're, that's doctored. That's not a source. And it's just like, oh, yeah, but you're willing to believe this anti-vax bullshit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. they're Republicans are an existential threat to the country, you know, and
Because this isn't the Republican Party anymore. This is a party of terrorists.
yeah.
What the Republican Party once was
Well, and this is a plan.
is gone.
What we have now was planned.
Oh, I know it was.
So there's an actual organization behind it. I can't remember what they were offhand, but I was watching this documentary, and basically this organization paid to make this all happen. They hijacked the Republican Party and turned them into terrorists.
Because it makes corporations a shit ton of money, I have no doubt.
Yeah, that's all it's about. It's about making money off these. But I
feel like this was.
I think all terrorism is about
this
making
has
money.
been in place since what, the 70s?
I mean, it's been building since Nixon.
Yeah.
So.
And like one by one, every Republican president since has fed into this and
Yeah.
made it easier
And
and easier for us to get to this point.
It's crazy though.
Republicans are gone. They don't exist anymore.
And it's crazy how they found somebody dumber and dumber each presidency that they got. It's just like, how did you actually find somebody this stupid?
Mm-hmm.
And how did you find, is this to kind of make fun of people, right? Like you're getting somebody this dumb to see how stupid
think
people have
that-
to be to elect them?
I mean, it's been in play for a long time. The education system in this country is awful.
Well, it's the
First of
only way
all.
Republicans get elected.
Exactly. And truly, like, elections have almost been rigged since, like, post-Civil War days. Or
Yeah.
pre-Civil War days.
Right.
You know? And it's been done by the same people. And, like, I always love the argument that back in those days it was the Democrats who were basically what the Republicans are now. You know, like, oh, well, Democrats were the slaveholders and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, you know that Confederate flag you're always waving?
Right.
That's proof that you know the party switched.
Right.
Because they were fighting against Lincoln.
Right. Yeah. No, that's exactly it. It's you have all the evidence right in front of you and deny it, even though.
Because they know nothing about their history.
So it's so stupid. Yeah.
So, I mean, but the bottom line is that the election system has been tampered with since those days.
And I think that should be treason. I think to tamper with the election system, to voter suppress,
to manipulate
to
it.
manipulate it and everything, all this shit should be treason.
It is treason.
And I think that we should start hanging politicians who do it by law. Like, I think it should be a legal process. You did this.
I think that should anybody with any reason in their mind take over once Trump is out of office, and I don't know that Biden is necessarily the solution here, but I mean, I think they're going to know, like, all of the restrictions we now have to put in place, because I think that we banked on having a decent person in office.
That's the question. And I hope he is the right person here. I hope that he does put in place those restrictions so this can never happen again. You know,
I hope that he has a team around him that will actually, having Democrats in place will at least mean that we have people working to better the country, to ensure that those things are put in place so that we can't just have somebody running a crime ring
right? Yeah.
out of our White House.
Well, and that's the thing. At the very least, at the very, very least, they won't be blatantly corrupt. You know.
Well,
I mean, Trump's family
we at least
is
need
committing
some protections against this, because yes, we basically have the mob in the White House
right.
now.
They're committing fraud and embezzling and defrauding charities, and like it's insane. And we're just looking the other way on everything.
Yes, it's insane the things that he's gotten away with, and I think that, well, some of us are shaking their heads and wondering, like, how we could allow this. And then everybody else is like, it's fine because he's racist just like me, you know?
Right, yeah.
Like, he hates the same people I hate, and so it's fine. He can do whatever he wants.
Right. He believes the same dumb bullshit, and, you know.
And he allows terrible people to think that they're better people.
Oh, when I'm told that we elected him because he's a good Christian, I'm like, man, I don't want to be that kind of Christian ever. You know, don't make me.
You know, I just actually
I
saw.
hope to hell that's not representative of what you believe.
I know, right? Because truly, like, if those are the people filling heaven, I kind of want nothing to do with it.
Yeah. Are you sure you're worshiping the right guy if that's the case? Because
the current modern day Republican Party would, like, throw Jesus right out there.
I think they make Satan blush. You know, like, it's like, wow, you guys, like, I'm evil. You guys are really evil. You know?
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
Oh, I saw a meme that said Trump was sent by God in quotations, and God's looking down on the world and goes, I was out of locusts.
That's great.
I thought it was pretty great.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, 2 plagues in 4 years, you know, we got that, and then COVID-19.
I think we're definitely getting a message here. And plus all the natural disasters that have been happening.
Yeah, you got to wonder if we are not in biblical times right now.
I think that we are. I think that the
So-
earth is desperately trying to fix its infection.
Oh, yeah, it's like an immune system response. I'm going to
Yeah.
throw everything awful at you to reduce the population of idiots that are polluting this world.
Right, except that the people who actually need to be taken out that could actually make
I know,
a
they
difference.
snake through everything.
They do.
They do. The worst people survive. They're cockroaches.
I'm half convinced they have deals with demons.
I was wondering if maybe they're cockroaches in human skins. You know, I mean, it's
That's true. Because
yeah.
those will be the only things that survive.
It's pure evil with tons of money. So
Yeah, no, I found one that said, we won't change the minds of Trump supporters with facts, logic, or appeals of decency. If they could be influenced by these things, they wouldn't be Trump supporters. We outnumber them, and we can show up and vote this November and every November from now on. And that's true. It is truly the only thing that is going to make any difference because these people do not care about facts. They do not care about decency. They do not care about morals. And they have proven that simply by voting for this man.
yeah, look, Biden is not my first choice. He's
Nope.
not even my 21st choice.
Nope.
But the fact of the matter is, he's what we got, and he's the only chance of beating this idiot.
Yep.
We have got to beat Trump. We've got to get him out of office.
You just have to trust that at least Biden won't block the Democrats on every single thing that they're fucking trying to do.
Right, and if you believe that Biden is unfit for office, we'll deal with that later. Right now, we got to get rid of the moron in chief.
Yeah, let's just hope he picks a decent VP, you know?
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping he picks maybe Warren or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, that's where we're at.
It is where we're at. I mean, this isn't the path that most of us wanted. Well, according to the voting polls, it is. But I think at this point he's just winning
It's
because he's the only
because
choice.
The problem is that our preliminary elections they're flawed.
They're very flawed.
They should be ranked choice to properly get, you know, an image of what people
The whole
want.
election system is fucked up. I think that Bernie took so much bad press because he really does scare people. He scares the corporations. He scares the fucking
Sure, they
insurance
spend
agency.
a fortune to stop him.
They do spend a fortune to stop him, and because of that, there were just too many people thinking that he
Our-
couldn't be elected. And
Yeah.
the truth is, the Bernie supporters is huge. His movement is huge. He could have won, and he could have made a huge difference. But it is what it is,
But
and here we are.
In the end, the only choices were the ones backed by big billion-dollar corporations.
Right.
So it
Right,
is what
and
it
that's
is.
the thing is that, and the DNC did everything they fucking could to throw Biden in your face, and
Yeah, including putting candidates out to pasture that were beating Biden.
right.
So
I have zero doubt that the DNC forced out Klobuchar and
Pete,
Buttigieg.
yeah, but like I said, I mean, he's what we got, so we've got to vote for him. You know, we've got to get him in place because the Democrats and right now the Democrats are a slight majority to win the Senate too. So it looks like they could pull off winning over the Senate, and that's big.
And if we take over the Senate and the presidency, we have a fuck ton of work to do.
And
And I
we-
don't even want to see that shit's not being done because you have a glowing fucking highlighter marking everything that needs to be fixed.
Yep.
Get it done.
Immediately, yeah, get right to work. As soon as people take office, it needs to happen immediately.
Yeah.
And then maybe we need to get the FBI on investigating all the corrupt politicians that have led us
and
to
get
this.
them thrown out.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing is that Mitch needs to fucking go.
Mitch is a monster.
He is.
He has destroyed this country. He is single-handedly responsible for massive destruction, and I am sure many deaths because of his legislative decision-making. You know,
I
and
agree. He's awful and he needs to fucking go.
So, and he's not alone. We have tons of these right-wing psychopaths in power that are destroying our country. And this needs to be stopped. We need to get on board now and get this done. So, I'm just sickened by the way it's all come out, you know, and now even the best of governors are starting to buckle to what they're being, you know, to open the economy bullshit. We're being blackmailed, you know, into, you know, putting lives at risk for what, corporate dollars?
Corporate dollars. Yeah, that's what this country is built on. We don't give a fuck about lives. We care about money.
And meanwhile, many of the billionaire class have made money off of this crisis, while the rest of us have lost money on this crisis. So, It's just disgusting.
It is. And like as far as this crisis and how it's affected your everyday people, and like people are now talking about like some of the food chain stuff breaking down because Tyson was panic tweeting and whatnot about, you know, your food chains breaking down because they had to close down a meat packing plant that had a bunch of cases of COVID, and I think there was a death involved in one of the meat packing plants or something, or processing plants or something. But the bottom line is, it's your fucking fault.
Yeah. They could have spent the money and taken the precautions.
Protect your fucking employees.
And guess what? When this is all done, you need to still take these precautions because this isn't going to be the last pandemic.
Here's the thing, is we're in May now. You've had months to get your employees masks and gloves and whatever.
Dividers and disinfectants.
Yes.
And, yeah.
I mean, what the fuck have you been doing this whole time? Did you think that it was just going to magically skip over your place of employment?
Right.
Like, the bottom line is you didn't give a fuck about your employees, and now here we are.
Right.
Your employees need to be alive in order to do their job.
Corporations will almost never do the right thing because it's the right thing. It has to affect their bottom line before they do it.
Yeah.
So
that's my favorite argument by Republicans is when they say, "Oh, the government shouldn't be involved. We should trust these corporations to do the right thing." Who the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
what corporation has ever done the right fucking thing out of the kindness of their own hearts?
That's the thing. They won't do the right thing until it costs them money. And usually by the time it costs them money, somebody died.
Right.
So
exactly.
And they don't care about that. They don't care that somebody died. They care that it affected their bottom line.
Correct.
So that's what we're dealing with. That's why libertarianism and republicanism is flawed. You know.
Right, because unless you have those government restrictions protecting people and protecting the planet and protecting, you know, whatever it is that keeps them from basically running us over and turning us into slaves,
right.
Corporations are never going to do the right thing.
No.
They're fucking not. Ever.
Because they're...
As in ever.
Once... Look, it is more common to be a psychopath as a captain of industry or what have you than it is to be among the rest of the population. They adapt to these situations well because they just run roughshod over people's, you know, rights and what have you, and in the name of profit, you know. So maybe you need to think about that when defending corporations.
They're just so dumb. They're sheep. And that's basically it. It's the result of our education system. Right. You're taught to be nothing but a sheep who obeys orders.
Well, yeah.
And then you don't ever bother to learn to think for yourself.
Because they're more concerned with you behaving and doing the work that you're told to do when you're told to do it in the time manner you're told to do, instead of being creative.
And that's what our school system teaches them to do through their entire careers as students.
When realistically, what we need to be able to teaching these kids is skills that with creativity, because that's the only way you ever become something.
We need to teach them to fucking think.
Yeah, right.
Not this is how you do it, and you don't question it, and you don't think of the more logical way to do it, or any of those things. No, you have to do it the exact method I told you to do it, because that's how I told you to do it, and it doesn't matter if it's 400 times more complicated than the simple way to do this.
We need critical thinking, we need ethics, and we need creativity. Those are the important skills of becoming a business person and driving the future of our world. Yeah, right.
And that's why every other fucking country is passing us up.
Have you ever heard of the schools fostering creativity in anybody? You know?
Oh, God, no. They do everything they can to kill it.
Right.
And I don't blame the teachers. It is literally the entire education system.
It's the system.
They are, the teachers their hands are tied by what the districts enforce.
Yeah, they're shoving curriculum down your throat that doesn't help your kids.
And to be honest, the fact that this shutdown has parents so much more hands-on with these programs and everything. And honestly, my district probably doesn't compare to what other districts are doing. I know some are more involved in technology already than others. But for me, seeing the work that's coming directly from the school district and the way that they have it all laid out, it's completely disorganized. It's a hot fucking mess.
Oh, it is, yeah.
These people who are teaching our children have no concept of when to use a simple Excel sheet or a landscape format or anything. It's not divided by grades. It's just a clusterfuck of information that these kids are being inundated with.
Right. Yeah. I mean, look, I specialize in medical technology. Okay. But with my technology background, I am completely confused by what they're trying to ask my kid to do in school. When I'm reading through it, I'm like, I have no idea what you mean by this.
I agree. And there have been points where I'm just like they're sending them things that you can't fill out, you know?
Right.
So basically, and then there's like workbook pages. Instead of just having somebody take that page and make it a fillable page
Right.
and then plastering it onto like Google Classroom, they have them doing it in their workbook, taking pictures, uploading those pictures.
Right.
Like, how many elementary school kids can do that by themselves?
Right.
You know?
Well, my kid had to go to like 5 different websites for one class.
And that's the thing. Everything is scattered, and they're telling you, like, in their work, they're like, okay, so go to this website and go to this page and go to this link, and you couldn't just put a motherfucking link.
Right. Hyperlinking is so easy.
A
It's
link.
like, what's
Like,
going
this
on here?
is things that elementary students should be able to do, but instead of doing it, their teachers in the school district are go here, then go here, then go here, and then go here, and like, are you fucking serious?
Right. And some of the stuff.
It's a link.
My first year of college, I learned how to do all those things. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
I didn't realize there were still people out there who didn't know how to put a link in something.
right.
There's so much. Or make a fillable page. Seriously, it's an Adobe program.
Right.
It'll find the places that need to be filled on its own. Like,
Right.
it would, like, I get that it's a lot of work with all the different grades and everything, but you have how many teachers within that grade at your disposal? If they all took a different page and then shared it with each other,
Right.
it's not like each teacher would need to make each form fillable.
Right.
You know? Scan them in, make them fillable, boom, it's available to everybody in that grade.
Or it could be somebody's job. There's plenty of people who got laid off because of this.
Right.
You know, that maybe you hire them back to do this. You
Right.
know,
It's crazy. It's just crazy. And
Then
like
we can
the
keep
fact
people
that like
working.
the district couldn't even figure out, you know, when maybe you should do an Excel sheet for a log that
Oh.
a kid can easily fill out, or do use a landscape so that everything is not like overlapping and like
our superintendent's an overpaid moron.
serious.
Like, I have no idea how this guy got the job. He's got a doctorate and he's an idiot. Like, I don't like how'd that happen? How did you get all the way to doctorate and be an idiot?
I'm thoroughly unimpressed with the man myself. I'm thoroughly unimpressed with most of the administration.
Yeah, no, the principal's just as bad.
There are some great teachers in the district, but like I said, their hands are tied by the administration.
Well,
so
and-
what good does that do for anybody?
And I know some of these teachers that are struggling to get by because they're getting paid so little.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, the superintendent's making $250,000 a year, and I'm like, why? What the hell does he do that's worthy of that?
I can't even answer that. I don't know, but I just
He's the dumbest fucking man I've ever listened to. Like, what? No, that's not true. Trump is, but this guy's close.
Right.
This guy's close.
I don't know. All I know is like it's just such a disorganized mess. And like at first I was like, okay, well they scrambled to throw this together,
Yeah.
but we're like what?
Months
a
into
month
it.
and a half, 2 months
They
into
could have done this by now. Yeah.
Yeah, by now this should be much better.
Yeah, I agree.
With the entire staff that they have working on it, you know?
Right.
Like it's crazy. So yeah, I don't know. Like I know that if it took me this long to be able to make fillable forms and organize something like this, I'd probably lose my job.
I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, even if you half-assed it and made the worksheet in Excel, you know what I'm saying? You can.
I don't know.
Do that.
It's just there's so many little things that should have taken them so little time, and I just look at it and I'm like, why? You know?
Yeah.
Why can't you just do this? Like, and I really think it's because none of their staff has the computer know-how to
Yeah, there's no
simply make
technical
a
background
fillable
on any of it.
form. Yeah, and like that's the thing is like these teachers have to have continuing education. Why is technology nowhere in there?
Right.
You know? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, maybe teachers have to have continuing education, but the administration doesn't. Maybe
Probably.
that's the issue.
Yeah, that's usually how it is. Is people with the lower intermediary positions have to have all this continuing education, but the people who
the higher up people who could actually like
affect some change have no
Right.
idea what the fuck they're doing.
and
ever.
that's the problem.
So, all right. Well, we are probably done bitching at you about all this for now. So we'll see you guys next week. Don't forget to check us out at _American on Twitter. We also have a Reddit page. So go see. What was the address again?
R-Dark and Stormy Nights. I think that was it.
No, wrong one.
I'm sorry. R-.
R/American Dumpster Fire.
Sorry.
So, all right. We'll see you next week. Thanks.